How you doing, guys? My name is Quentin Vennie. I'm 32 years old, and I'm an anxiety sufferer. About 6 years ago, I was diagnosed with severe mental health illness, generalized anxiety and panic disorder. Not only am I someone who experiences debilitating anxiety, but I'm also an addict. I spent 2 years of my life addicted to anxiety medication. Survived an overdose. And it was only after really hitting rock bottom, having a failed suicide attempt, that I realized that my life had purpose. Today I'm a wellness expert. I'm an author of a new book, The Hardest Truth. I'm a writer, motivational speaker, but most of all, I'm a mental health advocate. This wasn't my life 6 years ago. I was originally diagnosed with anxiety and depression at 14. The first rule of defense was Prozac, and my mother respectfully declined. I spent the next 13 years of my life just trying to figure things out, being a typical teenager, young adult. It wasn't until I was about 27 years old that I started to experience some of the worst fear I think anyone could ever feel. I'm from Baltimore. I grew up in one of the roughest cities in America. My father was a heroin addict from the time I was 8 years old till I was about 18. My mother worked 2, sometimes 3 jobs just to maintain our household. I saw things as a teenager and as a child that most people will never experience in their entire lives. I don't frighten easily. However, my anxiety disorder took over so much of my life, scared me to the point where I thought I had no options. I thought that my demise was inevitable. Doing typical things like sitting on the couch and watching television turned into a frightful event. All of a sudden, my heart rate would jump up to over 190 beats per minute. My chest would get tight as if an elephant was sitting on me. My breathing would become difficult. It wasn't long before I started to hyperventilate from this fear. Things had gotten so bad that for a month straight, I would literally sleep in my car in the parking lot of an emergency room hospital just in case I needed to seek emergency medical services. After about 30 days of constant emergency room visits, multiple tests, blood tests, EKGs, brain scans, I was finally diagnosed with generalized anxiety and panic disorder. There are over 40 million reported cases of anxiety disorders in America, and I'm sure that there are millions more. Some people go undiagnosed, don't know they have it, but they're just too frightened and too ashamed to seek some kind of assistance. I know that feeling. I know that shame. It was only after going through my addiction to prescription pills, to the pills that I thought was supposed to actually help cure me, that I started to take things into my own hands. The doctor that I was going to had no longer become my physician. He was more so my dealer. I realized that I needed to figure things out on my own. Even after talking to him about my addiction and my problem, he was still persistent, claiming that my disorder was so severe that I'd need to be on medication for the rest of my life. Today I stand before you a new man. I manage my anxiety, my depression, my panic through a lifestyle modification. I practice yoga every day. I meditate every day. I picked up a habit of fruit and vegetable juicing. I've changed my diet completely. This is not saying that everything that I've done is going to cure your anxiety or these are this is the only way to manage your anxiety. I was never given an option to go to cognitive behavioral therapy. The first rule of defense in battling my anxiety disorder was medication. I was so afraid of what my life would look like had I not taken that route that I accepted it. I'm not demonizing anyone taking medication. I'm not demonizing medication at all. What I am saying is there are things that you can add, that you can do with your life on a day-to-day basis to help you beat this thing. Don't be ashamed. There's nothing to be afraid of anymore. I'm coming out to tell the world that I battle with an anxiety disorder, a mental health illness. I don't believe in cures. I believe in management. And I've been fortunate enough to find a management system that works for me. I want to encourage you to get the help you need, because there are options out here. I believe that anxiety in some way is a means of communication. It's a way for our bodies to communicate and convey some kind of message to us. Something we're running from, something we're evading. Whenever I'd have a panic attack, if I had a panic attack in the car, I needed to get out of the car. If I had a panic attack in a building, I needed to get out of the building. I was constantly running away from whatever was going on with myself. It wasn't until I decided to stand up to it, put a face to it, put a name to it, identify it for what it was, that I was able to finally start to communicate with it. I created a dialogue. I knew that it needed something from me. It wanted something from me. I had to change the relationship that I had with my anxiety. So today my anxiety is no longer my worst enemy like I once thought it was. My anxiety today has been one of my greatest assets. It is because of my anxiety that I quit smoking. I stopped trying to take care of the world and started taking care of me. I realized that the only way for me to be of service to other people was for me to first be of service to myself. I had to start looking out for me. I had to make sure that I had everything that I needed in order to be the best version of myself. I'm not going to tell you that this road is going to be easy. I'm not telling you that there aren't going to be challenges and obstacles and trials along this journey, along the way. What I am telling you is that if you are suffering through anxiety, there is hope. There is possibility. And as long as we stay true to this possibility, nothing can defeat us. We have to realize our own strength, utilize our own abilities and our own resilience and perseverance to overcome these things. I know what you're going through because I've gone through it. Let me serve as a reminder that you are able, that you are capable of defeating this thing. I realized after finally finding a place of clarity within myself and appreciation for myself that I was here for a greater purpose. I was here to continue to spread awareness for these mental health issues that we all face every single day. You don't necessarily have to come from a destitute environment like I did. It doesn't matter where you're from. We're all faced with very similar challenges at some point or another. And I'm dedicating myself and my life to helping other people just like me overcome these battles. Let me show you that healing is possible and that you are capable. I'm no better than anybody else. I'm a regular guy from Baltimore, Maryland. I was dealt an unfavorable hand, but I played the hell out of those cards. And if I can, as cliche as it may sound, so can you. Join me on this journey, in this fight, to continue to help people just like us, to spread awareness, most importantly, to share possibility. If you or someone you love is going through anxiety or depression, remind them not to give up. Remind them not to give in. I have 2 kids. I run my own business. I'm writing a book. I've done all the things that most people in my life would have never thought I'd be able to do. And I did it all with an anxiety disorder. I want to hear from you. If you're an organization, I want to join forces with you. I want to show the world what anxiety looks like. Leave your story in the comments below. Reach out to me, contact me. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. I'm all over social media. My website will be in the description box. Everything you need will be in the description box below. Help me to continue to help the world. One person, one thought, one mind at a time. I can't do it by myself. But together we can make change. We can move mountains. I'd like to thank you, sincerely thank you for your time. Thank you for watching this video. I sincerely appreciate you all. Thank you.